Has it ever happened that going into the grand final, the leader only needs a top 6 to be crowned world champion? That's the measure of Alex Yi's domination. But his mentality, Helen, he's going to want to win this, isn't he?
He's definitely going to want to win. He's had a perfect record all season, and he's come so close to winning this World Championships over the last 3 years. And you feel like this is his best shot. He's in brilliant shape. His swim and bike have improved. Just come up that level. He's such a well-rounded triathlete. It's got to be his day.
Yeah, well, if it isn't, it might be Leo Berger's, because he, remember, kind of picked Alex's pocket a couple of years ago, stole that title in Abu Dhabi. And if he doesn't have a great race, he might be doing the same thing again.
Leo Berger, I mean, so consistent, and it must be hard to think how you're going to beat Alex Yi. He's been so strong this year, but Leo Berger, one of the strongest cyclists in the sport, he's going to want to use that on this twisty technical course today.
And what about Hayden Wilde? He had I think you'd say a bad day at the office, didn't he, in Way High, but that's been a rarity.
Yeah, it's not often we see that, and he really wasn't quite himself, but everyone has bad days, and he's going to be using that to kind of come back and really try and assert that dominance we've seen kind of at some points during the season.
Yeah. So Alex Yi's had 3 previous chances to win this world title, hasn't managed to do it, so is it going to be 4th time lucky? Let's find out. 55 men then into the water for the grand final, and remember, Britain's Alex Yi just needs a 6th place or better to guarantee the title. That is Matt Hauser absolutely powering his way through the water. We've seen this so many times with the Australian. He's had a win this season already, and he's at the head of affairs. And now he's been joined by Thiago Silva of Portugal. This is a terrific swim from the European. So 19 minutes and change, Silva and Hauser, the first 2 out. Now the question is, where is Yi? Where's Wilde? Where's Berger? Hauser first to his bike. Berger is just ahead of Wilde, who's 10 seconds back. Yi a further 4 seconds adrift. Now all a question of how many we're going to get in the lead group, and will Alex Yi make it into that lead group? There's a lot of congestion there coming out of T1. So many men. Now let's see if we can find if there is going to be a break here, because they're definitely going to try. Oh, looks like someone went down there. It was an Australian try, so it may have been Hauser. Yeah, this was it. Wow, look at that. A somersault off the bike. I hope he's okay. These 5 are doing a phenomenal job. Only the first lap. They're a quarter of a minute clear already. Fantastic. Berger, Wilde, Reed, Vesterman and Luis. And the pack is struggling. Just the first lap, but they are behind by a significant margin. Brilliant to see Luis there in his final race in this kind of event before going on to longer stuff. There they are, the chasers, losing time almost by the metre. Well, Yi looking for help. I'm not sure he's going to get much. Union Jacks there, but they must be a little bit concerned. The gap between these 5 coming into T2 and the rest is going to be nearly 1 minute and 3/4. Now Wilde, concentration in T2. Berger's normally very good. All 5 men away, and Wilde straight to the front. Berger will try and track him. Then Westerman, Luis and Reed at the back of those 5. The rest of the men are still on their bikes. Here they come. 1 minute and 40 back. Alex Yi, the heart must be pumping now. Remember, he just needs top 6. Well, Wilde and Berger have broken away. Massive gap between those 2 now, and the 3 chasers you can see there. And Wilde has dropped Berger. It's only the first lap, and the New Zealander has gone already. He's on a mission here. That is currently the battle for bronze, but Alex Yi is making inroads. Well, no one anywhere near Hayden Wilde. This is phenomenal running. He's left Berger behind. And Vincent Luis now the head of affairs of those 3, but there's Alex Yi. Getting a huge ovation with 2 laps to go. And he's got past Luis, and he's going to go past Reed as well. He's in 3rd place now. Unbelievable. With a near 2-minute deficit, and Yi's run them down. Wow. No danger to Wilde though. Redemption for Paris, where he took silver. Berger has a big gap back to Yi, so he is going to get second here. And overall for the series. And here is the new world champion. 3 times denied, 4th time lucky for the Brit. And the first man to congratulate him is his big mate Hayden Wilde. What a terrific grand final that was.
Big finish here from our 2 French athletes, Lecour, Koenigs. Koenigs just edging out Lecour. 3 French athletes inside the top 5. Insane.
And here comes Vincent Luis waving goodbye. He's going to finish with the top 10. One of the most popular men for the last 2 decades. Runs his final race in the World Championship Series. We wish him well.
There's Tyler Mischlerchuk coming over in 9th. Hugo Milner getting 10th position. That's a big run from the second chase group. And Westerman, oh, just outside the top 10. He turned himself inside out there, see him collapsing across the line. Incredible race from him. Best ever result. There's Alberto Gonzalez. He's got to keep sprinting though if he wants that next position. Vettel Torn coming, he was 12th position, so it looks like Gonzalez is going to be 13th across the line, first Spanish athlete. Just out sprinting Kenji Naina there. Luke William just inside that top 15. Pearson, faded a little bit. We did see him push through at one point. Antonio Surratt, Connor Bentley, World Under-23 champ from a few years ago. Big run from him. That's top 20 there, 18th.
I know you've won a few of these races before. That's got to be your best performance, hasn't it?
Yeah, I came out of the first lap of the swim and I was like, yeah, in a good position. I came out, saw the front, and I was like, I had a plan just to sit on the 4th wheel. Leo just went out like a bat out of hell, and I tried to go on as well, and then I realized we had a gap, and I was like, why not? And then we just worked so well together. Vince had a couple of laps where he just needed to recover and get on the wheel, and we just worked so well. It was just amazing. It was really, really cool to see. And then on the run, I was just waiting for my moment, and then on that first lap, I just gave it a little dig, got a gap, and then just kept driving. And same sort of plan I had for the Olympic Games, really, is 2 laps hard, 1 lap easy, and then bring it home, and had a really nice gap. And hey, 3rd in the series, a bit disappointed not to win the championships, but to win here in the grand final is something special.
Does this feel a little bit like some redemption after Paris?
Yeah, a bit of redemption, but more so for a way high, you know. That course was perfect for me, and I didn't turn up with the bike legs, and today I finally turned up with my bike legs back on, and I was just really happy to execute all 3 disciplines really well.
We were saying in commentary, one of the pivotal moments, maybe the pivotal moment, out of T1, just had enough of a gap, and he just went further and further away. How important was that?
Yeah, it was the same as Podovedra, you know, I just had that little gap, and I just had to put my head down. I know there's a little gap, and I didn't realize Mac went down actually, and yeah, it was just, I just put my head down, and the idea was just to actually hide away, but yeah, we got away, and we just went for it, and it was just actually really nice to do it with Vince. You know, it's his last race, and you know, all of us look up to him, and to see him have a race like that was really special.
I know it's a bit more than a year since you won your last one of these back in Hamburg last year. You've never doubted your own ability, have you?
Yeah, I didn't race too many times, you know, I only raced 3, this is my 4th World Series this year, and yeah, I paid the price for that in way high. I skipped Yokohama, and if I look back, and if I think it was an Olympic year, I should have raced, but you know, the goal was the Olympics, and just to execute here and to get that confidence back was really nice.
I know you're big mates with Alex. Just a word about him being the new world champ.
Yeah, you know, we've been battling to get one of those titles for the last 4 years. Edmonton, it didn't happen for us. We were so close, and then Abu Dhabi, we were both so close, and then Podovedra was so close, and you know, one of us finally got it, and you know, it's really nice to see him just finish off the year. And obviously, you know, sport's always a bit hard, and at one point I thought we may have had something going, and but you know, he got into that second group nicely, and he ran beautifully today, and you know, got himself on the podium.
You'll have to get him next year.
Yeah, I guess so, maybe.
What a fantastic race, what a fantastic bike, the 5 of you. Were you surprised about that?
Yeah, actually I was surprised by the gap getting so big very early on the bike, and we continued to push very hard with the guys. There was 2 Kiwi and 2 French and one Swiss guy. That was the beginning of a bad joke, but now we made it the race exciting, and we had a lot of fun. But wow, my legs were hurting so much on the run.
Were you surprised how quickly Hayden went off on that run?
No, I knew he would try early on, and to be honest, I didn't have it to push that much, and I quickly understood that I had to race on my own tempo and to secure second and also second in the world ranking. So yeah, I couldn't go with him much longer.
It's been a great year for you with the Olympic medal as well. You have to be very pleased, don't you, with 2024?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, and it's not completely over. I will go to Taupo at the end of the year for some 70.3 action, but the short course season have been great, the most exciting for me so far in my career, and what a pleasure to share this last race with Vince in the breakaway. He brought so much in the sport, and today it's a great goodbye for him.
Olympic champion, now world champion. You've had worse years.
Yeah, no, that was we always put on a show for you at the grand final. That was a hard race, and yeah, it was definitely exciting, and fair play to Hayden and Leo and the guys at the front. They made a hell of a race, and yeah, I'm just proud to be a part of that and be a part of this amazing season.
Because it wasn't that bad a swim you had, was it? Was there a bit of crowding issue in T1?
Yeah, a little bit, I think. Just kind of getting out of T1, maybe. I wasn't in the best position. I probably just didn't have the best legs as well going out. I think Hauser might have unfortunately had a crash, and then maybe a little gap went. I was probably a little bit too far back to even be able to react to that, in fairness. So these boys, they're the strongest in the game, and if they go, then you're in danger. So just had to play to my strengths, work as hard as I could on the bike, and run as hard as I could.
There was a moment, I think, quite early on the bike when I think Velasa, I think Tim Helvig and yourself were trying to give it all you got on the front. You maybe claw back a couple of seconds, and they just went after that.
Yeah, I mean, we did everything we could, but these guys are so strong. When the motivation goes out of the group, that's when, me by myself or anyone by themselves isn't going to make a difference. So I think, these guys at the front were motivated and put on a show, so fair play.
But to rein in two of them, having given them a minute 40 start on the run, must be very proud of that.
Yeah, definitely very proud. I mean, this has been something which has evaded me for the last 3 years, and I think this makes it even all the more sweeter. It's probably been something that's haunted me day in, day out, and I had to just treat it as its own race, its own standalone race. Remember why I came here, I wanted to have fun, I wanted to put on a show for everyone, I wanted to put a smile on people's faces, and yeah, I'm here, world champion, and I couldn't be prouder of this season, and yeah, it just shows people at home, with hard work, anything can happen.
Because there was clearly a lot of tension, a lot of pressure, a lot of expectation going in, and now there must be a relief as well as absolute joy, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's always going to be pressure within these races, but I think I wanted to treat it as a standalone race, enjoy it. I think after the Olympic Games, that was the big goal. Just come out here, race with a smile on my face, and pressure makes diamonds. So hopefully, I'll show that today.
It's been great fun watching you this year. Well done.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And here are the official results. Hayden Wild with the win, over only 1 minute behind Leo Berger in silver, Alex Yee in bronze, but obviously winning the world title. Dorian Connix, Pierre Lecour getting that 4th and 5th. Good result for Lehman with 6th. And just outside the top 10 then, Vesterman hanging on there, just didn't quite get it. Time for photos, back off and then back on, just slightly different order.
Final standings then in the World Championship Series. In the end, Alex Yee, pretty comfortable winner. More than 300 points ahead of Berger. Berger 1.3 to be exact points ahead of Hayden Wild. A bit further down, Morgan Pearson just outside the top 10. Taylor Reid with today's display gets himself up to 14th. Ms. Lord took him a top 20 and Sarat Sayoni completing that top 20.
Hayden Wild
Produced a phenomenal performance today. Just was an agonising few points behind Berger. So the fact that Berger was so consistent and finished second meant that Wild still literally 1.3 points back of the Frenchman.
Leo Berger.
Got a great silver, didn't he, a few weeks ago in Way High. Bronze in the Olympic Games, just so consistent.
I mean, our whole Olympic podium is a World Series podium, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Consistency of these three men.
He's waited a long time to hear those words. Denied 3 times before, but not today. And with 3 wins in the series before this event, no one can say he doesn't deserve it. Olympic champion and world champion in the space of just a few months. So, time to pose for a few photos, a few more photos, this time with their respective trophies.
And congratulations to this new World Triathlon Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen,